Oh yeah, just remember, this isn't a hunting channel. This is a testing channel that leverages the feral hogs in Texas as test targets in real hunting situations. Okay, so you think this is a hunting channel. It isn't. It's a shoot them and kill them with arrows and see what happens channel. It's just super fun. So, all right, jump on my toothpick. I haven't thought about studying a broadhead that didn't go all the way through. I've had them happen in the past, but I haven't gone, hey, that's a great idea. So this arrow, this is the arrow that killed that pig and has the 3-blade Ranch Fairy broadhead on it. And it only penetrated to about right here, which was a lot of penetration. It's a 28.5-inch arrow. So I know the shaft, I know the broadhead was out the other side because that pig's probably only about 14 inches from hair to hair. You know, outside to outside, and then it got pulled out. So the worst case scenario for the blade edges is that there's a tree right by there we didn't show. I think he was running by, hit the tree, and I think the arrow pulled through and flipped back towards the direction of his travel from where he ran from. That's what I think happened. Splickety splack.
Oh, I found your arrow.
Okay. Yep. There's the shaft. And blood.
Blood right here.
Yeah, right here. But it's a very unique deal. And one of the reasons that, like at the Ashby Foundation, we really want the arrows to stop. One, because you can measure penetration, and two, you can actually study the broadheads. But if they go through, which I still advocate 100% for pass-throughs, okay? This one's just unique because it's just a way better situation for the arrow to pass through. But when they pass through and bury this deep in the grass, or excuse me, in the dirt, or they skip off a rock, or bounce all over the place, it's really not fair to the broadhead vendors if you check the sharpness of the broadhead after you know you bounced it. I bounced them off feet or legs. That's not fair. And then, you know, if you hunt in the Texas Hill Country or somewhere where it's rocky, they're going to skip off a rock. So you don't know what the edge integrity was when it exited, and what the, as Dr. Ed says, we want to know what the animals do to the broadheads, not what the broadheads do to the animals. We want to know what a Cape buffalo does to the broadhead. We don't want to know what the broadhead does to the Cape buffalo. It's a very different mindset. And I got this one back with possibly one impact on one tree, because there really wasn't anything between him, where he ran. It was pretty open. And then, you know, the first 2 or 3 trees, like I said, I think it hooked back here and actually pulled out and flipped back towards where he was coming from. So I'm going to show y'all the sharpness, at least the best I can do in a known hunting situation on live animals, what the edge integrity was, or is. It's valid, because I shot this broadhead yesterday at that pig. So it's completely valid and the best test I can do, and no one on the whole of planet of YouTube or anybody in the bow hunting industry is thinking about this stuff. I didn't think I was that smart, or maybe. No, that's not it. No one cares. I'm just a dork. The dudes, the regular, average, everyday, normal guys, it's a great song, by the way, who are in the bow hunting world don't care about this stuff, and it takes a certain mind to want to study it. That's why Dr. Ashby's so misunderstood. He was trying to find out what the highest penetration arrow in all situations was and didn't leave anything out there. He just kept saying, this got better, 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 and ended up with the 12 factors. It's a very different mindset from saying, well, I think my sticks are adequate, and I'll get myself a 6.5 Creedmoor and shoot 1,000 yards, and all that bullet has to do is go right by them. It doesn't even have to hit them. It'll suck their guts out, because the 6.5 is the best bullet ever. It's like that. All right, here's the sharpness thing. Y'all are getting used to my bunny trails, you know, after watching this channel for a while. All right, well, for most of you people are concerned about this stuff, so she's good, didn't bend, and the insert didn't bend. And then we will unscrew it, or I will try to cut myself. So this broadhead was sharpened with the exact same procedure that I show in my sharpening video. Again, there'll be cards popping up, there'll be a link in the description, and you can see it's unaltered. So there's dirt all over it. There's blood all over it. I just picked it up right off the ground. Piece of newspaper that I got, just the stuff that just shows up randomly on your front porch or in your driveway. And we are, so that's been through, I would say he was probably 14 inches wide, skin to, you know, hair to hair. It's been right through him, and it's still that sharp after I don't know what pulled it out. It could have worked its way out or hit a tree or whatever, but it's still super sharp. And that is what you should expect from a broadhead of this quality, and that's what you should expect from all of your broadheads. If you well, any broadhead, you sharpen them or not, they should do this. They should be, if they don't skip off a rock or hit the ground, right? Give me a break. But I know this one anchored in the pig was sticking out the other side and came out the other side of the pig, and it should just cut like that. That's sharper than I think a lot of broadheads are in the market. Okay, so I'm known for like changing clothes and doing stuff later because I didn't exactly figure everything out when I started, just because I'm a human. And I've been building swim jigs for saltwater, but more to come on that. Never just bow hunting. God, how boring. Fishing rods are awesome. Final analysis on this. This is one shot on one pig. It doesn't set the standard. You need a bunch of this stuff to happen. And like I said when I started the video, I didn't even think about, I've had this happen in the past and had the arrow not be severely damaged. It just comes out or whatever. And I just never thought to say, hey, I want to check the edge integrity on that thing. Everybody talks about it anecdotally and says, well, it'd be cool if the broadhead stayed sharp, and I am guilty of saying that because it's the most practical thing to have the sharp broadhead be sharp and go thorax to thorax and not dull. But I don't see anybody testing it except on wood and lumber and all that crap. Animals are variable targets, and they are the gold standard. So this is one test of one broadhead. I got that, but it's a starting point. If you never start to try to do anything, you'll never do anything. So I thought it was a pretty cool test. And, you know, once I got the arrow in my hand, I said, wait a second, you know, I could do something I've never seen, which is shoot it through a critter and actually do a video showing pre and post. So if you want to see it being sharpened and how sharp it was before I shot it, you need to go to my sharpening video. I didn't do that. I wasn't that preemptive in my head to say, I know what I'll do. I'll sharpen one and I'll hope that the broadhead pops out the other side, and I'll hope that it doesn't hit the feeder leg or smash off a rock or go break in half or take a lot of damage. And then I'll hope that a lot of stuff happens. You can't engineer that stuff in a hunting situation. We could on animals on the ground. And I'm sure with the Ashby Foundation, we will study this more, but it just, I thought it was cool. So if you don't think it's cool, leave your stupid comments below and say how uncool that is to actually try to do something I haven't ever seen done. And then I'll just make fun of you, because my 2020 goal is, if you make a dumb comment about something that I have commented on and clearly stated in the video, I'm breaking out the flamethrower. Like this comment I just made, 1 test, 1 broadhead, got it. And it doesn't paint the picture for the next 1,000 shots. I got that. So if you make a comment about that, I am going to smash you in the head, because it just gets a little bit difficult when I clearly state things and then people say, well, you didn't say this. Well, I think that, you know, half a percentage of this is... CNN me to death. God, it gets boring. All right. If you like the content here, maybe hit that subscribe button. That's fine. Do whatever you want to do. I don't really care. Honestly, I don't. But if you think the content's worth watching, you might subscribe, because there's going to be some more cool stuff like this coming up, because I try to think outside the box and look for things that matter in bow hunting. And if you think I'm an idiot, just go away and don't comment and unsubscribe. Seriously. The nice thing about having a real job is this is not really my real job, and I don't care. See ya. I'll get myself a 6.5 Creedmoor and shoot 1,000 yards. And all that bullet has to do is go right by them. It doesn't even have to hit them. It'll suck their guts out, because the 6.5 is the best bullet ever.